again to you. Welcome back to my channel, Alan, retired in the Philippines. Today's topic, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm making this video. Today's topic is my wife's shocking confession coming soon. Now, I'm debating just to give you some idea what the upcoming video is about, or if I should explain everything right now to you. I'm still debating which way to go. I'm in a situation that I never experienced before in my life. I never met such a caring, loving, unselfish woman like my wife ever in my life. It's amazing how the culture is. There's like over 100 different tribes here in the Philippines, and they all have different languages and they all have different cultures, even though most of them are pretty basic here in the Philippines. Boy, how do I do this? Maybe I should just tell you outright, you know. I swear to you, this is not clickbait or anything. This is the God's honest truth, what I experienced. Let me back up a little bit. Over a month ago, my wife told me, not for reasons I'm going to explain right now. I'm sure you'll be able to figure this out on your own. But she told me that I'm allowed to have a girlfriend, a younger girlfriend. Now, I'm 70, my wife is 68. And I was shocked. I go, huh? I said, honey, are you serious? And she goes, yes. And I said, would you not get jealous? Because I hear about how jealous and possessive, Filipino women are. And she goes, no, I'm too old to get jealous. I go, okay. So the conversation ended very quickly. I didn't pursue it. I thought about it for many days. Why did she say such a thing? We have a good marriage. We're rock solid. We're together 24/7, And instinct, my first thought was, she still loves me? Well, of course she still loves me. There's no doubt. So why even think that? Because actions are louder than words. She shows it in so many ways. Most wonderful woman I met in my entire life. And I'm there thinking, is she attracted to somebody else or what? And that's not it, because her age, her desires on certain issues, drop with age. So that's not it. And I always felt my wife had a deep, dark secret that she never wanted to share with me. And nothing bad, I wasn't paranoid about it. We all have secrets and fantasies and this and that and everything. And but I always felt there was something there. Then I said, well, maybe that's it, But anyhow, we let it go for many weeks. And like I told you in other videos, we're at my wife's daughter's right now. She loves helping her family with chores, and that's their culture. Family helps each other and everything. And I drive her back and forth every day from our house. And yesterday, I was sitting there watching YouTube videos. Still got this cold, won't go away. Anyhow, and I started laughing over this one video, and she says, what are you laughing about? I said, well, I'm watching a video of a 71-year-old man here in the Philippines. That was the title. 71-year-old man has 8 girlfriends. And I was laughing through the video, and she was listening off and on, doing her chores and everything, you know. And it was a good video. I hope you get a chance to watch it. I forgot the name of the blogger, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it easy enough. This guy is well known. So my wife was making comments as she was hearing about the video and stuff. So on the way home, it's still stuck on my mind, you know, to my wife saying that over a month ago. I go, honey, were you serious what you said over a month ago, that I was allowed to have a girlfriend? And she says, yes, I'm dead serious, she says. And I was trying to find out why. I said, would you make a video together with me on YouTube explaining why? Because I find it fascinating. And she's hesitant. She goes, oh, maybe. And I said, it'd make a good video, because I'm curious and everybody else is curious. So that's why my title of this video is my wife's shocking confession coming soon. I should put a question mark at the end of it, because I don't know if she's brave enough to do it or not. Because I want you to hear it right from the horse's mouth, you know. Or I shouldn't say that. My wife's not a horse. She's so beautiful for her age. I should say, right, I want you to hear it right from the mouth of babes, you know. And she started explaining a little about this. You know, she says she's getting older. She wants to see me happy. She knows we're not going to live long. Enjoy life while you can. And she says that, but she has some restrictions. And what is that? She goes, you get someone pregnant, you don't bring the kids or babies home. Excuse me again. Well, of course, I'm not worried about that. And I said, yeah. And she goes, also, you leave the house with no money, because we're married. You made vows, you know, to protect and to take care of me, and so on and so on. You leave the house with no money, because that's all ours. You're not going to share our money with other girls. Of course not, you know. But it piqued my interest. And I said, have you done this in the past? Now, her late husband, he passed away, 2015, I think. And she says, yeah, I said the same thing to my husband. And I said, it did not bother you? She goes, no, because she knows that men has their needs, and if she can't fulfill them, then, you know, she wants to see him happy. She told him the same thing. You leave with no money, don't bring home no kids if you make babies or whatever. And I was shocked. You know, very open-minded and caring. You know, that's the most non-selfish thing I ever heard. Now, I am the most devoted and honest person that you'd ever meet, okay? I made marriage vows. I got married here in this country on purpose because there's no divorce. They have strict, very strict adultery laws. I take my marriage vows seriously. But when you have permission from your wife or partner, you're allowed to have a girlfriend. That's not really cheating. I'm not really interested, but it's interesting to know that the option is there. Now, I have a big guilty conscience. I imagine if I tried such a thing, you know, I want to see my wife happy too. I'll do anything in the world to see my wife happy, and she's willing to do anything in the world to see me happy. You know, would I share her with someone else? Boy, I don't know. Who knows? I haven't even thought about that route, you know. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel guilty as heck You know, there's no way I could lie to my wife, or actually anybody, because I feel so guilty. Excuse me again. I should have took some cough drops before I made this video. But anyhow, I feel so guilty. It's written all over my face. I can't hide anything, you know? So that's why I always tell the truth. And plus, when you tell the truth, you never have to worry about what you said in the past. You know? It's so much easier. And I refuse to live with guilt, you know? I can sleep good at nights, you know, knowing that I'm doing my best and everything. But I'm curious what you other men would do, or women, if your husband told you that. You know, leave a comment. Would you take advantage of that option? Would you feel guilty, or would you accept it as an act of love from your partner? Or I'm just curious what you would do. You know, love to hear your comments. There's, you know, I even went into AI, artificial intelligence, and asked these questions. Why is my wife doing this, blah, 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 and, you know, and verified the same thing. It's a culture thing. It's showing love and caring, you know. I was very specific on all details in AI, and it all came back positive. There was nothing negative there behind it, you know. The motive is just, you know, seeing your partner happy. They'll do anything in the world for you. And I found that the most fascinating thing in the world that I've ever came across and experienced, you know. But I hope I can get her on to explain it her way, you know. And she's afraid that people's going to laugh at her. I said, I don't think I'm going to laugh at you. You know, that's the most unselfish thing I ever heard in my life. It's you know, it's, I don't know what to say, you know. But I hope she does. Stay tuned in the future. I really hope that she'll be brave enough to go through it. But I love her honesty. You know, I never experienced such a thing in my life, and I want to know, to you other guys out there or women, have your partner ever said such a thing to you? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, we'll see what happens in the future, and I hope to see you on future videos. And I thank you for the new subscribers and my other subscribers still watching my channel. We really appreciate it. We're trying to hit our monetization to, you know, make a few extra bucks and make life a little bit easier for my wife. Okay, we'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.